We are back! We are back doing this, XP galore. My name is Rafael, and my pirate name is Captain Stigma.
My name is Marcus. But our in the streets, they call me Captain Thrustywood.
My name is Daly, and on the boat, they call me Cummingsworth.
We are all very serious pirates, and anybody that laughs at our names will face our wrath.
I can't stop laughing. That was god awful, but great.
It was
Good job, guys. I already forgot your names.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our July season of XP Galore. You might notice, if you're a fan of the show, we're playing a game we played before, but we're doing it something different this time. What are we doing, Roth?
Oh, we're gonna play with the best captain of all time, Captain Jack
Kirk.
Sparrow.
Oh,
What? Oh, who?
I said Captain
Morgan?
Kirk.
Oh, Captain Kurt.
I think we all have our own different definitions of the greatest captain.
Oh, well, who's
The
the
greatest
captain?
pirate captain. And
Pirate captain. Yes.
we are trying out A Pirate's Life, which is the newest tall tale that got released with season 3. We haven't touched this game in a while, but Ruff wanted to jump back into this, and I think since the last time we played it, guys, they've added like season pass stuff, right?
Yeah, a while back when we were doing something else, we were talking about microtransactions, and we had talked about how Sea of Thieves introduced it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm laughing because it's a throwback. That's great.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, we were talking about it, and we were talking about how Sea of Thieves did, and we were like, we hope they don't do it in a bad way.
No, I don't think they did it in a bad way, because remember,
think
if
they
you
did.
remember with the Xbox, what do we call it now? It's still Game Pass?
It's still
Or-
Yeah, it's still
Okay,
Game Pass.
good, because everything's changing names now. Well, yeah, the Game Pass it adds all this stuff for free for us, so it's great. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually took an hour or so earlier today to kind of test it out, and I'm always willing to drop money on like a battle pass system if I think it's going to be really cool and worth it. And I took a look at they call it the plunder pass in this game, and unlike other ones, like for example, like Dead by Daylight or Apex Legends, their battle passes have like the free version, but then they also have the if you buy it, right, you get the extra. There's like 2 rows, right? And so if you buy the battle pass, then you get all the extra stuff like per every level that you hit. But with Sea of Thieves, I'm noticing there's not a whole lot that they give you that isn't already free. So
Yeah.
in my mind, that's kind of a good thing. Like some people may feel like they're paying for nothing, but at the same time, it's like you're not really missing out on that much by not buying the season pass, which really supports their Sea of Thieves free-to-play
Yeah.
model.
That's true. The only I think a lot of game does do this, that they are selling currency of the video game with live cash. Unfortunately, I think that's a common thing now, right? Because I think Sea of Thieves does give you the option to buy a little bit more gold or something for in-game.
Yeah, I think you get more XP or more gold with the battle if you purchase the battle.
Well, that's optional. That's also optional. This is exactly what Marcus is saying. We could still experience it, which is great. And this is one of the few games I enjoy multiplayer. Current games, man. It's like I hope they're coming back with co-op games like this. 4-player co-ops is great. I have a blast playing with a bunch of friends. So let's see where this takes us.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Absolutely.
So, Marcus, have you watched all the Pirates of the Caribbean?
I have. I felt like 4 and 5 were like they did a good thing with 3, like ending it at World's End, excuse me. And then it just felt like 4 and 5 were kind of like, no, we don't want this to end, and it's making us lots of money. So here, let's make 2 more. And I know they were supposed to do like another one at first with Johnny Depp, but then they're also supposed to be working on like a reboot with an all-female cast, including Margot Robbie, if I remember right.
Yep.
For real? I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it in close to a year now, but that was the play at first, I think.
Yeah. That was the whole goal, was to do a female cast, and do like a spin-off of it. But I think they said that Johnny Depp wasn't coming back because of the whole scandal he was involved in prior.
I think that cleared though.
It did clear, so now I don't know what the state of Pirates of the Caribbean is at currently.
Well, I know that Johnny Depp did get released from the Fantastic Beasts commitment he had.
Yep, they released him.
Yeah, but then Amber Heard is still involved, I think, with Aquaman 2. So
is she?
As far as I know, she is.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't follow humans. I follow,
follow humans.
I follow the digital world of gaming, unfortunately.
Yeah, we don't. So, we won't necessarily get into like all the real world scandals that are happening, but just know that like we're discovering more and more that there are some really interesting legal loopholes out there in the world that are allowing some people to skirt the law and others to unfortunately not be able to live their best lives, and that's all we'll say on that matter.
Amen.
This man just said skirt life.
Did he say skirt life?
Oh, did I do that? Did I do the skirt on it?
He said allows them to skirt life. I was like, what?
Yeah, nice. We're gonna whip ourselves past the real life stuff, and we're gonna do the nay on how each other are doing. Did I do that right?
Is it? I don't know. I don't listen to music either.
That was the cool.
I'm boring.
That was like me trying to be a dad about it. I'm sorry. That
was a dad, but I'm a grandpa because I don't really use social media. I don't listen to these music nowadays. I don't like none of those music. The messages are not.
But you know what?
Nice.
You are the man with the plan in charge of our Twitter. So just a reminder, if you all aren't following us on Twitter at XP Galore, make sure you go find us.
Yes.
Yep, guys, you are my guinea pigs.
All of our social medias.
Yes, all of it.
In the description, we will link our Twitter, our Instagram,
our OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
It's just me though. That one's just for me.
No, the ones that propel above
Daddy.
the ceiling. Don't get it twisted. It's the ones that are up above the ceiling.
I see. I see what you did there.
And then also as well, we're gonna link our audio as well, so that way if you want to go download our audios, you can as well.
Yes, sweet.
Well, Daily, we haven't heard from you in a while, buddy. You've been gone for a bit. How are you?
Hey, no, man. Yeah, so I had to do my military stuff, and then we had annual training, which I was out in the middle of nowhere. These guys could testify. I was like basically non-existent. I would chip in every now and then when I got service and send like a small message. But yeah, I'm back into my normal groove of things for the past week and a half. Feeling good. Went to training at 240, and I'm currently sitting at 215 now. So life's great, man. Getting back in shape, getting back into the swing of things for OCR racing and stuff like that. So I am happy to be back to life, I guess you could say, reality, and not be in a tent in 100 degrees.
You told us something absolutely disgusting off mic earlier. What did you tell us?
Oh, I was just saying I was going to go run an errand real quick. I was going to go run 8 miles.
He's not joking. Listeners and viewers, he is not joking. This man is going to run 8 miles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go run 8 miles, probably the first few miles. The last mile is always faster than my first mile. So I always like to go about 8 minutes, my first mile. And then I like to go about that 8 to 9-ish mile when I'm running.
What are you?
And then at the very end, I like to push it and try to do 6.5, 7 minute mile at the end. Obviously, these runs times are different compared to when I'm actually racing competitively. It's a little bit faster.
Okay, he's augmented, right? You're augmented, right?
He's the Universal Soldier. You remember that Jean-Claude
Van
Damme
Damme
movie?
I think
That's
they put
him.
like cybernetic stuff in him, like he has nanomachines or something. Because this guy's
Where
a monster.
is the real Daily? Who are you, imposter?
Yeah, you're gross.
I don't know if I told you this, guys, but in 2018, I came back from basic training, and I had on a 2-week notice, somebody said, hey, you're back. We're doing this marathon, the Eugene Marathon for a charity event. Do you want to run it with us? And I said, yeah, sure. And so I ran a marathon on a 2-week notice, and I prepped for literally 9 days.
Ooh. Were you able to walk after?
Oh yeah, I was fine. My right hip was sore, and then the plantar fasciitis in my left foot was kicking in when I woke up the next day. But I just did it, man. It was just that mentality of, look, have a bib on. It's for charity. I'm gonna do it.
It's nice that you did it. It's just still kind of gross and sounds.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. My buddy Anthony, our buddy Anthony, I guess I should say, will testify that
My buddy.
about mile 21, I called him because I was like starting to feel the pain and I wanted distraction, and so him and I had a 4-mile conversation.
Wow, that must have been.
Wait a minute.
That must have been boring for him.
Telling me,
you guys just hearing you breathing.
Are you telling me that not only were you running a marathon, you were running it while on the phone?
How dare you?
Yeah.
That is. What was the topic? I'm so lost here. Like, how do you keep a conversation? He had to be talking the whole entire. Did he read you a book while you were running?
No. We were having a full blown conversation. You can ask.
Was he your like audio book, like just reading Song of Ice and Fire?
No, we were just having a great conversation. We were just talking about like how life was going, what his plans were with Real You.
So hold up, you can keep your breath. You can still talk while you're running.
Oh yeah, at that point I was doing like a jog. I wasn't doing like a full on sprint.
Marcus,
I was just jogging.
Yes.
Explain this to me. I don't. Can you run and talk and have a conversation for like almost 3 hours?
I certainly cannot. I don't think I could have a conversation after like 3/4 of a mile.
Oh my god, this man is a machine. He's what's your pirate name again?
Cummingsworth.
Oh my god. Never mind.
Well, I don't think they'll allow that, but what I'm thinking is that you're really just going to be like the spokesperson for the National Guard at this point. You are the National Guard. You are the singular National Guard.
I think you should do your speech while running.
Yes.
Just run with the podium.
Yeah, just run with the podium. That'd be great. And the camera guys are trying to follow you.
The closest I've ever heard of somebody doing something like this, and this, like I said, even though it's the closest, it's not even like a big comparison, but I've heard of people that have their treadmill in their home set up pretty close to their TV, and they'll play like Switch games as they walk or as they run.
That's cool. I approve.
Or you have those people that will get on their bikes and they'll do the Tour de France on their bike while they bike around.
Oh,
like,
that I've seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Or they'll do the treadmill like that, but they'll run the Boston Marathon while they're running on the treadmill. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, people just attach GoPros and they just start running with them, and then they put it up on YouTube where you can just like go with the flow, which is really cool. But yeah, so I actually like. I was like 1.5 miles left. I said, "Hey, Anthony, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this race. So I'm gonna go ahead and hang up now so I can finish this race." And he's like, "Yeah, all cool, dude. I'll talk to you tomorrow." I was like, "All right, sounds good." And I just hung up and finished the race. But it was like that kind of funny where I just cut him off mid-sentence. I was like, "I think I'm just gonna finish this race now." Like,
you make me sick, man. You're not human.
I literally just ate McDonald's like 30 minutes ago.
I know. This guy is like just pure muscles. I don't even think he has an ounce of fat in him.
I have a little bit of fat, but. No, I actually
on your butt. What?
I actually just had homemade sweet potato fries with a medium rare 6-ounce steak and some broccoli just now.
Which you're gonna burn tomorrow.
I'm gonna burn it like as soon as
He's
I
gonna
step
burn
out.
it tonight.
Tonight, yeah. This man is like a machine, dude. I don't know. I'm impressed. I'm saying all these weird words. It's not to be hurtful. It's that you're just gross, and that's the only way I can describe you. And you make me sick. But congratulations, though. Yeah.
It's just years and years of practice, man. I mean, it's not like I would never advise somebody to do what I did with my marathon, where they're like, you know what, I'm just gonna get up and go run a marathon.
Yeah, you got to prepare.
Yeah,
no, that will hurt you.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. You won't be walking for like a week and a half.
I'm just thinking about it. Oof.
But I do. There's this thing, man, where like people are built for they don't quit, but society has made us quit nowadays. And if you can just train your brain to program it back to where you don't quit on things, you'd be surprised what you can do in life, physically, mentally. Like, you'd be just surprised if you're like, no, I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna stick to this. Because somebody asked me the other day, they're like, why do you do this stuff? And I said, it's like if Michael Jordan stopped playing basketball after his first 10 shots. Would he be one of the greatest basketball players ever? And the answer is no. And so it's like, for me, that's my mentality is like, I'm not going to quit because if you quit, then that just means that like you're giving up. And I've never believed in like giving up. I believe in failure, but I don't believe in giving up. So.
Failure is the best teacher in life, I believe. Yep. Whenever we fail, that's how we learn not to do it again or approach it in a different route. You know, it's the best teacher. And yeah, I agree with you with that mentality of the positive thinking, working out. Trust me, I have a friend. Just wanted to share this. Actually, he's one of my best friends. His name is Anthony. You can bleep his name, guys, because you know I don't want him to know this. But anywho, I've always told him that I'm gonna work out since we've known each other, and he's like, "Dude, you've been saying you're gonna work out. You end up doing it, or sometimes you don't. Mostly you don't." But I keep saying I'm gonna work out, and I think I should start being a little more serious about it. It's just life and exhaustion, you know, with the way my work schedule is. You know, you have that negative mentality, but if you think positive all the time of working out, it's gonna hurt, but the payoff is gonna be great. Am I right, Daily? I guess, right?
Yes. I mean, it's all about like my perspective is I look at the end picture. You know, I look at like what's at the end. You know?
I always think about the end. Me with abs look like freaking Hugh Jackman.
I think about it more than that. I think of the fulfillment and the gratification of finishing something. You know, it's because it's like I'm built to where if I don't follow through on something, it's gonna eat me at night, like eat me like just to my core. So for me, it's like if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. And so like if I tell you guys I'm gonna go run 8 miles and then I only go do like 6, it's gonna haunt me at night to do like say that like man I didn't do those 2 miles, you know, like so for me like that's my whole mindset is just following through with what I do. It's all a mindset, you know. You could be 300 pounds and if you say I'm gonna go run a mile, it might take you half an hour, but if you commit it to it and you follow through with it, then that mile becomes easier. Then it's 2 miles, then it's 3 miles, you know. It's just persevere is all I gotta say, especially with the trying times.
What do you think, Marcus?
I mean, I totally agree with him. I can't really say that I am a religious or a spiritual person, but the one thing that I do absolutely believe in is the power of the human brain to accomplish a lot within reason. I know there are definitely limits to what we can do as tangible beings, but I think there's a lot more power in the brain than we give ourselves credit for. And I think one reason that there are times where I can be extremely hard on myself is because kind of like what Daly was saying, like I have a thought and an idea of what I can do, and if I don't do it, I can't necessarily put it off on an external locus of control. I'm just like, I wasn't able to do it because I didn't do it, because I didn't plan right, because I didn't push myself hard enough. But yeah, like I said, I think that being able to point the finger inwards on the reasons why I can or can't do something instead of pointing out towards something else is that's like my life philosophy. And I had a boss in my last job that used to say that you've got people in the world that are finger people and people that are thumb people, and it's in reference to like who is in control of your life, what is the reason things happened or didn't happen. And the finger people always point away from themselves and say, it's because this, it's because of this and this and this. And then the thumb people are always pointing the thumbs towards themselves. Yeah. So I always, I like it. I always thought that just stuck with me. And like I said, there are some things that are 100% out of our control. Like none of us are 100% in control of our lives. There's all forms of chaos in the universe, but for the most part, I think we have more power than we give ourselves credit for.
Yeah. Well, that was nice. That was very nice.
We all went off on a random tangent, didn't we?
Yeah, that was a random tangent, but it actually. Let me mention this. Anybody watch Loki? Please tell me. Please tell me. Yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers, right?
I saw the first 2 episodes, and it's good.
I'm caught up. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just say this. I'm just curious as a question, and it's pretty much you already know the plot of the story of Loki.
Yes, I would sleep with Tom Hiddleston. What?
Okay. Yes, I know. Amazing man. No, but my question is, would you? My question is, would you? Hypothetically, of course, would you date yourself, knowing the person you are now? Would you date? Wow, that was quick, Daily. What about you, Marcus?
Like, are you saying like if I was not me and I met me the way I am now?
Yeah, like let's say it's just obviously it's gonna be impossible. Let's say there's a female version of you.
Yeah.
But it's technically you in another multiverse. Would you date yourself? Would you fall for yourself? What is that? What does that mean? Do you know? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I get what you're doing. I do.
Okay, so I'll leave it at that. That's not saying much, but it's a good question because honestly, knowing the person I am, I would not date myself. That's all I'm gonna say. So it's a strong thing. Like it shows that I need to improve myself before I let anyone in. And if I don't even want to date myself, that means I still have some fixes to do. But the weird thing is too, what does that fall under if you fall in love to on yourself? If you catch my drift.
Mine is it's a weird cycle because like I know the qualities about myself that makes me a good partner in a relationship.
Exactly.
But
yes.
And so if I could find those qualities in somebody else, then yes, absolutely. But the problem is some of those qualities include instances of codependency and taking care of the other person before you take care of yourself, which is also kind of toxic. So I don't know if I would necessarily want that to be.
See?
Because like when when you have two people in a relationship who are codependent on one another and they both will do other things for the other person instead of themselves, and it's pretty much just you exhibiting these not so healthy behaviors to each other, then nobody is healing, nobody is growing. Nope. You may be building happiness and really love being around one another, but you're not really doing things to help your own growth. And so, yeah, I guess I'm kind of with you on that one. Like,
you fell on my category. Okay, Daily, why you say that? This is very quick. It's just a quick game. Why do you think you will fall for yourself?
I mean, first of all, look at me.
Oh my god!
I knew it. I wanted him to say it.
Oh my god!
But outside of that, I just know that like I love my sense of humor. So I would definitely get along with myself, and the fact that like I'm so well grounded as like an independent person that like I know that there are only like a few spots in my life that I need as far as like companionship, and I would love that. I do. It's my wife that we are that way. We are independent, but like at the end of the day, we still come together because we need some kind of companionship, whether it's to talk about our feelings, to just express joy in like our life, what happened that day. So for me, yeah, if I saw a female version of myself, aka my wife, first of all, absolutely, I would date myself.
Oh, nice save, Daily.
I'm a catch, and I hold all the intangibles for a great partner.
Well, congratulations, sir.
Oh, that's
good.
We're going down some interesting rabbit holes, but
yes,
I like these conversations. These are good, but to kind of stay on topic just a little bit. I don't actually have any like gaming news to cover. There's not really much that's happening in the gaming world at the moment. Nope. We are in the last month before the gaming release season really heats up. I know August is like supposed to be a really busy month for video games coming out. August and October are the two busiest ones.
Yep.
September's got some stuff coming, but yeah, definitely August and October for sure.
And then November, Activision on switches over from Warzone from Cold War to the actual Modern Warfare because they're coming out with a new one. That's in November. Yeah, so they'll go away from the Raven software to the actual Activision software for the new game that's coming out. So we got a couple months left of Cold War. And those crappy weapons. I mean, those decent weapons.
Wait. Okay. Hey, speaking of which, I know you guys seen this, and hopefully you did. That Battlefield game. Are you guys interested?
Absolutely, I am.
I would jump on that all over it.
I'm excited mainly because it's not a battle royale. It is a multiplayer of multiple teams.
It looks gorgeous and it looks
yeah.
amazing.
And so that's what I'm excited about, is that it's not a battle royale. It's a multiplayer, which means you have teams of like 8 to 12 people. There's 158 people that can be on the map at one time. So super stoked for that.
It's probably gonna be like Apex Legends on steroids.
Probably, yeah.
I mean,
Oh
if
my
it's anything like
gosh.
Battlefield 4, which I sunk a lot of hours into, then I'm real excited. I'm a little put out that there's no single player campaign because that's something about Battlefield 4 that I enjoy.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I can look past it if the multiplayer fills that void very well, and I think that it might. I think they might do something kind of similar to what COD has been doing, in which there's like some semblance of a campaign in the multiplayer itself. Without it being like a full-blown campaign that has to divert the team's attention away from the multiplayer. I get that. So exciting stuff.
It looks pretty.
It does look pretty. I like pretty things.
Mm-hmm. I like the shooting dogs. That's kind of like, I like that, like the robot dogs that can shoot. Like that's kind of like
shooty dogs.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like
I was like, what is he talking about? He's like, shoot.
I don't know what they're called, but I just see them fucking, pull out their weapons out of their body and they start shooting lasers, and I'm like, I want that. I want that.
We had to deal with some of that for those of us out there that played the Division 2 a lot. I remember the first major raid in the Division 2 had very, very recognizable shooty dogs.
Yep, very obvious.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely keep you all up to date on anything new as far as releases and stuff, and then whenever possible, we will definitely try to tap into those games as soon as they come out, as long as it's feasible for us to all three play it together, and I'm sure we could usually figure something out for that.
Yes.
Speaking of stuff that we all try to play together, and some sort of segue I was trying to do, but it just failed me. It's gone. I'm sorry.
It's gone. No.
Yeah,
no.
I was trying to do some sort of like
take your time.
cross-play. I was trying to say something with like cross-play, and then like speaking of cross-play, there's this word called crossover, but it's just fuck it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, right?
It's gone. Anyway,
crossplay.
It's crossplay. We're talking about fucking crossplay. There you go. Bam.
Except we're not.
We're talking about
tonight's topic. Yeah, tonight's topic is we're gonna discuss our thoughts and what versions of games we like that are crossover events.
Yes.
Whether they be a full-on game that came out that is a crossover, or an in-game event.
Yep.
And we want to talk about like some of our favorite examples of that. What do we think about it? And then might even end off with like our dream crossover events.
Yeah. Ooh. Can I go first with crossovers?
Like what you want?
No. What I want to the game as an example.
Oh,
I just okay.
You know what?
Super Smash Brothers. Go ahead.
Is that considered a crossover? What is that?
I mean, it's a crossover.
Think about it. There's a lot of different characters from different video games coming in to fight, so it's beginning to become a crossover.
But they're all from the same company, though.
No, they're not.
He's not wrong. They're not from the same company.
Capcom is not Nintendo, but they have Mega Man. They're not Namco. Namco's another company. They're not Konami. They have characters from Konami there. They have what was it? They have plenty of characters. They have Kazuya Mishima from Tekken. That's Namco, but it's still not Nintendo.
So
that's why I just wanted to say that's one of my favorite crossover with characters. I guess
they need. What you're saying is they need Captain Price from Call of Duty Modern Warfare to come in.
That'll be very interesting. I'll laugh more if I see Master Chief in there.
There was a rumor that he was going to be in it, right?
It's just been a rumor forever. Nintendo and Microsoft are really getting along. They're so they like to share certain game titles. So I'll be very happy if that happens. But that's never gonna happen. But never say never, because I never thought
Okay, yeah.
Snake was going to be in it. I never thought Joker from Persona was going to be in it, and Final
Yeah.
Fantasy Cloud. So let me shut up now. Go ahead, guys.
Well, yeah, Daily. Besides like an example of Super Smash or whatever, what other like crossover games have you ever played, if any?
So I never have played any outside of Smash Brothers. I'll be honest. I played a lot of Smash Brothers. But you guys know me. I'm a big zombie player, COD fan, and I play a lot of sports games. So I really haven't seen a whole lot of crossover per se. But I have played, single player, multiplayer games. I would say the closest thing I've seen, which isn't really considered crossover, is like the whole Fortnite thing where they're bringing in other.
I guess.
I know that counts. That counts.
That counts.
I mean,
Yeah.
because you have Marvel in there, you had Rick and
DC.
Morty in there, you had DC in there. So there was this big crossover. They had the Avengers in there.
Movies, all the movie characters like John
yeah.
Wick, Terminator.
You had songwriters with Kanye West and Travis Scott in there.
Marshmallow.
Yeah, Marshmallow's in there, but I can count on how many times on one hand I've played Fortnite. So for me, I just don't get the whole building thing. No offense to Fortnite. The scheme,
I don't think Fortnite's gonna be offended if you said that.
I know.
It's like,
But,
how dare you, canceled?
If every video game can take one thing from Fortnite, that is the color variety that they have in their game. The color variety is such a huge eye attraction.
Yeah, I like the graphics.
Video games. So if anybody's out there listening and you are a video game company and you're like, what can we do to upgrade our game? Add color variety, to brightness, graphics, everything, because it's all about eye appeal. If like for me, Battlefield was great because of the graphics, the gameplay, everything like that. But in the eye of somebody that doesn't like Battlefield, and they're like younger than us, like that under 18, they don't know anything. They're probably not going to want to play that because they don't understand what's going on. Now, Fall Guys back a year ago, it was such a huge hit because it had the same color scheme as Fortnite.
What's that soccer? Well, no, that dodgeball game. It also has like similar graphics, right?
Knockout. Knockout's
it's a very popular art style. Yeah, I actually very enjoy it. I love it because that ages extremely well. Like if you do graphics like that, cell shaded, any of that sorts of brightness, like you're talking about, it really, like you said, it's like eye appeal. Like it looks smooth, it looks cool, it looks cartoony. Sometimes a little realistic, but not too much. I like it.
Yeah. But the dark video games, the games that have like the darker color, it's more for like the professional gameplay aspect because not as many people enjoy the realism when they play video games. Like us, we enjoy it, but like
because we're old.
Sea of Thieves, I like Sea of Thieves because it's kind of that in between as far as like graphics, color scheme.
Yeah.
And it's very enjoyable. So it's kind of got that middle ground for both of us. But going back to the crossplay, I think there's always a positive, but there's a lot of cons to it too, because the positive is you're bringing a different aspect, different realms into a video game, which is what we all want. We want enjoyment. We want something that's going to latch us on. But the downside is if you've got people that don't like what you're bringing into the game, that could be a negative aspect. And backlash of like, oh, why would you put that in the video game? So I always think that there's a positive to everything, but you got to be mindful of the cons to things. But yeah, Smash Brothers is the main thing I've played. I've played Fortnite a handful of times. I think that it's great if you do it right, if you market it right, it could be enjoyable. I would like to see Valorant add more stuff into their crossplay. I think that'd be really cool. Valorant is a really cool game, first-person shooter. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's on PC. It's free.
Yeah, I played it. I suck at it.
It's definitely like it's
a great game though.
Yeah. You have to be very accurate. It's definitely a mouse and keyboard game.
I think that's the only way you can play it.
Yeah, you can only play it that way. I don't think if you had a controller you could play it.
No.
Too accurate, too fast. Yep. For controller players, I don't think you got to be like top tier pro level to play it on a controller if it was possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to see a crossover between like Gears of War and Valorant.
Okay, that's a little too harsh because Gears of War, they'll destroy them. You should have said like Overwatch and Valorant. That will kind of work because they have similar graphics, you know.
Overwatch is another good game that has really good graphics.
Yeah, because it has that very bright, beautiful like look. The same similar graphics. I like it.
I'm excited for Overwatch 2. I think I'll play a lot of that too.
Well, so Valorant is developed by Riot, who is also the developer of League of Legends.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can play that game all day long too.
You could almost wonder if like a League of Legends Valorant crossover might possibly
that could happen. Yeah, that could happen.
I would love to see that.
They can pick all the characters that have guns and they just put them in the game and be like, oh look, it's a cross.
You don't even need that because Valorant isn't all about guns, you know?
Well, that's true. They got bows and arrows and all that magic.
So,
but they all picking up rifles and stuff, you know, like
imagine a little Teemo in Valorant just running around with his little darts, you know?
Or Jinx. Or Jinx,
or Ash, or you know, stuff like that. So I think it potentially a good crossover of like that would happen too. Have Overwatch in there, it'd be really cool.
You know what's funny? We're talking about all this crossover stuff. We didn't mention not even once what we're playing.
We did. We talked about Sea of Thieves.
Oh, did we say Pirates, right? Pirates of the Caribbean? I just wanted to make sure because that's kind of Hey, wait. We're playing technically Pirates of the Caribbean right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead, continue.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a crossover.
It's a good point though, because like the Jack Sparrow thing, I guess it is kind of considered a crossover in its own way because we are bringing in a movie property the same way Fortnite has been doing, and it, like Fortnite is the pinnacle example of what happens when you have a company that has enough money to pretty much do whatever they want to do.
Whatever they want.
And they're like, oh, we're going to bring in Ellen Ripley and the Xenomorph from Alien? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it.
You know what's always surprised me is that Fortnite has such a great anti-cheat. And they're worth half as much as Activision. And Activision still hasn't created an anti-cheat.
Well, you're still salty with that. He's really mad about it.
Here's the thing, like,
so salty.
Epic makes a lot of money because Epic is the one that designs Unreal Engine.
I'm gonna look it up.
So
yeah, dude, they're banking. Everyone uses their
print
engine.
Money. Epic prints money.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're set.
So why can't Activision just say, "Hey, can we borrow that?" Like
because they're not Epic Games. They're just Activision.
Well,
Epic has the name Epic on it. I'm kidding.
But there's a really really good explanation from our man in the field, Raf. Thank you.
Okay, anytime.
Yeah, Activision made
back to you, Marcus.
Activision made $8.09 billion last year.
That's it? Oh, that's a little bit, man.
And then Riot
chump change.
Check Microsoft. How much Microsoft make? Oh wait, that's how much they spent to buy everyone, right?
Yeah.
Riot Games total revenue. So Riot actually only made 1.75 billion last year.
Well, that's
terrible.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
god awful, disappointed.
Fortnite total revenue. Here we go.
Oh god, there it is.
Well,
they only made 3.7 billion last year.
Only. God, this is so, times are hard.
So here's what I'm saying. This is what I'm getting at, though. These companies are intertwined. And they have an anti-cheat, but Activision, who's worth almost 3 times the amount, can't figure out an anti-cheat.
Well, you know, sometimes they put their money on different things, like
here's
more content.
Here's something else about that
crossover.
No,
it's a crossover. We're not talking about crossover companies. We're talking about crossover video game.
Just to very briefly touch on that, like if you think about it, with Riot, all their games are pretty much PC only. Right. So it's easier probably to monitor that kind of thing because a lot of these games, like when you download it to your PC, you're also downloading the anti-cheat software that goes along with it. Some games even make you sign in on a separate thing just for the anti-cheat. I know Valorant.
That's what they do. That's what Riot Games do.
So why can't Activision do that? They've made twice as much money.
Because it might not be a money situation. It might be a technology situation. Because anti-cheat on console is a little bit different. I think.
It's like Daily. If you have something that works very good for your company, are you just gonna? Well, Epic did that, but that's a really bad example. But would you share your anti-cheat code if it's successful and it's making your product successful, and the other ones are failing because they can't match yours? You have the trump card. That's because you're a nice guy.
No,
Daily. But in the real world,
listen. Everything is worth something. You could say, "Hey,
of course.
I'll give you this for X amount of money."
No, and I completely agree with you, because while I was describing my example, I realized that Epic Game created the Unreal Engine, and they did that for everyone. They sold their product so they can make games. Japanese people were using it, like it's amazing that every nation started using this one code because they said it was easy to follow, it's easy to build, it's already set, graphics are amazing. So they did that. Epic Games did do that. But when it comes to anti-cheat, I don't know. Again, you're trying to make your product better than your competitors. Would you share that if you're working at a specific company?
I honestly would if it
You're fired.
if it benefits video games. If it
Of
benefits
course.
video games, I'm all in. I'm all
I
in
would
on
love
benefiting
that.
video games. I also think we need to get rid of skill-based matchmaking. Really do. I think we need to get it out of there. That's a different topic. We're talking about crossplay. That's for next topic.
This guy's so mad. Marcus, he came back like, these cheaters. So,
This is everything that he's been like focusing on when he was off doing his annual training and stuff. He was just in a tent. And he was like, I swear to God, they
for 3
cannot make
hours, he was
anti-cheat
running
software.
8 miles.
Yeah, he's thinking about anti-cheat software, SBMM, and all kinds of stuff. It's great.
Nice.
So,
But
like,
we'll get there.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Marcus.
as long as like examples I think of for like crossover events, and we said this off mic as well, is Dead by Daylight's pretty notorious for doing it, because
Yes.
they even bring it to the point where it's characters that you can purchase and play as, and they get skins and everything. I know they've done a Left 4 Dead event. They most recently did a Resident Evil event, which just somehow mysteriously broke the game. So
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, they had to turn
Wow.
because they brought in the RPD map, right? And so the RPD map was like hella broken. Like I don't even know. I haven't played it once. Like I haven't played the map once, and it gets still turned off.
Mm-hmm.
But there's all kinds of other stuff that they're doing with it too. But yeah, so that's a good example. We are seeing Capcom reach out a lot and do crossover events. Like I said, not only just with Dead by Daylight, but with other things as well. I know they've kept in house, but I know they've done like a crossover event in Monster Hunter, if I remember right.
Yes, they did that. They did that with The Witcher.
Yep.
Oh, that's
So
right. Yeah.
Yeah, The Witcher came and it was actually him. He was
Yeah.
playing his character, trying to find a certain creature. I don't know what it
And
was.
we've seen Sam Fisher be in a Ghost Recon DLC mission.
Yep. We
So-
seen Ezio's outfit in Metal Gear Solid 4. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Proud
Like
about
Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasy have done stuff together.
Yeah, that was weird. Actually, it was what was it? Assassin's Creed Origin. You can get a chocobo,
Oh yeah, that's right.
but it's like a camel though. It's a camel chocobo, so it's kind of weird because it's on all fours. With chocobos is a bird,
So a
but
camo.
it's a camel komobo. I don't know, but it was creepy, but it was awesome. I was like, I like. Look at that. That was Ubisoft and nothing to do with Square Enix, and they're sharing content like that. They're just that's an awesome crossover, and it's also advertising different companies' games. Like, hey, if you enjoy this, check out their stuff because look, they have a cool kokobo, camo bow, whatever that is.
So I think that like with these crossover events, like as long as they're not trying to make way too much money off of it, then I think everybody wins, right? You're because these events, especially when, like, for instance, when there's new characters brought into Dead by Daylight, you a lot of times see Dead by Daylight player base increases. Whether they're new players or returning players, it's new content that people get to experience. So you're helping bring people back into your game, but also
Wow.
you're also advertising kind of for another company or another game that is either already out as well or it's coming. I found the one that's the most interesting to me came out, I guess, what was it, 2011, 2012, was the fact that they did Tekken versus Street Fighter.
Yes.
But then they did Street Fighter
Good
versus
call
Tekken.
back.
Like they did two games, right? So
Well, they were only able to do one out of the two.
I swear
Street
I thought I
Fighter-
played both of them. Maybe I didn't.
No, Tekken versus Street Fighter was supposed to be the 3D version of like Tekken style. That never came about, unfortunately. But they did Street Fighter versus Tekken, and then and then Tekken 7. That's where they had Akuma, and it was just a little glimpse of what could have been. But it seems like they never went back to do Tekken X Street Fighter. But Street Fighter X Tekken was fun. That's a great example, Marcus.
And another fighting game that kind of did that was I just had it.
Come on.
DC
was it DC? Yep.
versus
Marvel.
No, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that's
Mortal
what it was.
Kombat versus DC Universe.
Yeah,
I forgot
yeah.
about that. Yeah.
And I was like,
forgot.
how are we gonna do fatalities on my boy Batman? That's kind of weird.
And they didn't. They didn't. They were like, they nerfed everyone. They're like, nope. They lost the ability to kill.
Do you think that was like a precursor game that tested the interest in something like that before games like Injustice came out?
No, I think what they were doing is they were trying to compete with Marvel versus Capcom. That's exactly what happened.
Oh,
and then they're like, all right,
sense,
let's do Mortal Kombat versus DC. And it's the competitors. It's literally Street Fighter crew and Mortal Kombat crew. But Capcom got the best of it. They got Marvel.
Well, also,
sorry, guys.
Also, too,
and then
that
you guys just got Batman. Everybody else, I guess,
Mortal
Superman's there, but
Kombat-
Batman.
I am Batman.
if I remember right, Mortal Kombat is technically under the Warner Brothers umbrella in some form.
Exactly.
Like Warner
Right,
Brothers
yep,
Games,
yep.
and of course DC is also under the Warner Brothers thing.
Yep.
But what you said
made sense.
but what you said too about it being a competitor issue. I mean, it just seems like in the past decade and a half, like anytime Marvel has done something first, from a non-comic perspective, DC has tried to come in and do the same thing.
Right.
It doesn't
Thank
always-
you. I don't know,
doesn't
like the
always
DC
work.
universe that's not working like Marvel universe. Hey, I like comic books. I like Batman, and I kind of like other characters from DC, kind of sorta.
Yeah.
But Marvel, God, it's just Marvel.
Marvel's hard to beat.
Marvel has a lot.
It does.
And
It does.
It does have a lot.
Well, to kind of bring this all back home, then let's put our dream caps on here a bit and discuss. Do we have like an ideal crossover we would like to see? You only get one, so don't be coming out with like 5 different examples.
Okay. I'll go last then. I'll go last anytime.
Okay. So Daily, if you could combine two games, either in like its own game or have one do a crossover event into another one, what would you pick? Take your time.
Take your time. We lost him.
No, you didn't lose me. I would like to see I mean, fuck. It's hard. I would like to see like a Resident Evil, but with The Walking Dead.
You know. Funny you mentioned that. There is a costume in there for Leon S. Kennedy, and he looks like what's his name? It's a sheriff outfit. Rick.
Oh, he kind of does, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it, but yeah.
I don't think it's named Rick though.
No, it's just called
No.
Sheriff.
I think that would be cool.
That'd be cool.
I think if you do like some kind of DLC where Resident Evil is pushed into that dimension where they have to go through that story of figuring it out, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I can see that being a thing.
Yeah, that'd be really
For
cool.
sure.
Hire me, that's all.
I've been a fan of Ubisoft crossovers amongst their Tom Clancy projects, right? And I mentioned the Sam Fisher one before, and I think there's been other ones too. I know that I don't think it's released yet, but I know that there was announced a mobile game that essentially brought all of the Tom Clancy properties together, and it's kind of like a strategy sort of game. Not a fan of it. I think it sounds weird, and it's not what I would want out of something like that. But I would want to see like a Rainbow Six as the base game, but then bring in either like the Ghost Recon team or bring in like a Sam Fisher, or Rainbow Six right now they're doing this new offshoot called Extraction, which is like
I think that's what they did, right?
It's like a alien symbiote kind of 3-man thing that they're doing. That's what that is. But like, if you could put Rainbow Six even in like the Division world, which if you're unfamiliar with the story of the Division, it's pretty much just like a virus has run rampant through the United States and just shut everything down. And the Division is like this super secret force of like regular citizens that get activated as these top secret operatives.
That doesn't sound familiar at all. That's happening in the world right now.
Yeah, it pretty much predicted COVID in a way almost, except obviously it didn't get that bad. But yeah, I loved the Division and the Division 2. I just fell out of it because it just got to be a little bit too much for me to handle on like a daily basis.
Raids were ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just one of those games that you, if you really want to be good at it because it's more of an RPG style than just a regular shooter. So it's like how Destiny is.
Destiny.
It's just like Destiny, except more numerical based. Like there's a lot more numbers and stats that go into your gear, and it just got to be a bit much for me. But I would love to see that world of the Division maybe mix in with like a Rainbow Six kind of thing, because like Rainbow Six is wildly different. It's all tactical and everything. So to see the two of those combined would be kind of cool in my opinion. So that's my dream project.
Nice. Very, very complicated too.
I'm not usually simple. So.
Yeah, I know. That's very, very thought out though. Mm-hmm. See, I have too many in my mind, but for now, I think it will be kind of hilarious since we were already talking about it. Marvel versus DC Universe, a fighting game made by Capcom, and then Batman, can fight Iron Man because they're both rich. That'd be kind of interesting.
Rich versus rich, yeah.
Rich versus rich. Superman can just die, face a rock, and just die.
Wait, wouldn't Superman be fighting Captain America technically?
Yeah.
No, Thor.
You think
He'll have to fight Thor. Yes, he'll have to fight Thor. Captain America will die. Captain America's a super. If he fights Superman will just come on now. Superman is like the kid that has every superpower.
Like Thanos, and look what happened to him.
Yeah, he'll figure out a new power before they off Superman. That's how he is. Like you were defeated. He's like, nah, I don't die. I resurrect. I just go to sleep for 5 days or something.
So would you want this to be just like an Injustice style fighting game, or like a Marvel?
I would like
Capcom?
it to be a Marvel versus Capcom style game.
Yeah,
or a Dragon Ball Fighters, just like very fast paced kind of. It's fighting games is fun because it does bring a lot of people together and just like it's silly. I'm not very competitive when it comes to fighting games, so when I lose, I actually laugh and I'm having fun. Or I scream when I lose, when I'm getting close to winning. It's just exciting to me, and then to see some things that we understand. We grew up with superheroes, and seeing superheroes, something that will possibly never happen. You know what would happen if that actually exists, guys? If Marvel and actually DC make something together, and it's something like a versus that will break.
Actually make money?
That will break. All the geeks in the world will just drop all their money onto it.
Think so?
They'll be yeah, I think so. I think it'll work. There's gonna be a lot of hate, but it's gonna be awesome.
Okay, I think that's not a bad. It's very like obvious that should be a thing in my mind.
Or Mortal Kombat versus Killer Instinct. That's probably more possible.
Oh man, Killer Instinct. They did like a reboot a few years ago, right? I think so.
Yeah, they did it for the Xbox
the
One,
one,
right?
Yeah.
And that's it, guys.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So if anyone's listening out there, don't steal our ideas, but make sure that you give people our contact.
At least give us some money.
Yeah.
They're not gonna give us money.
We'll hand out contact information if you want to talk. We'll
they're not gonna contact us.
I know. I know. I'm just.
It's always worth a shot, you know.
I'm just putting it out there in the world. You know, who knows?
I'll take a minimum of 3 million.
3 million? No, you gotta go like
for my time in service.
2.1 billion. That's
Look,
how
man,
much.
If you, can't live off 3 million, something's
You guys are heavily over evaluating yourselves here.
No.
Look, Marcus, I need to live, okay?
Apparently, for 3 million, you do. I guess, yeah.
Well, gentlemen, this was awesome. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I missed you daily. Welcome back.
You guys.
Yes, it's nice to have you back, sir. And Marcus.
I'm
What's
still,
up, Marcus?
I'm still
that's it.
not recovered from you making me drink so much White Claw in our last
Come on,
video.
man. No, you drank Bud Light, right? Was it Bud Light?
Oh, that's right. You had the White Claw. I had the Bud Light.
I had the-
Either way.
Yeah, man. Well, next time, let me drink. Do something. I was thirsty.
No, I'm gonna make Daily play you, and hopefully Daily will beat you in Super
Daily,
Smash.
you gotta jump on Super Smash, man. When are you gonna get your Nintendo?
Oh man, you don't want me on that.
Oh yeah, exactly. I really want you to join us. It'll be good. Be good. Very healthy for you. Then you can run your 8 miles right afterwards.
Daily,
I would need to just to dissect.
Daily,
Digest.
tell the fine folks out there where they can find us.
They can find us on Instagram at XP Galore, Twitter at XP Galore as well. They can also find us on TikTok, XP Galore, as well as it's Bellsprout, right?
No, he did it again. I
think he did. I think he did it on purpose.
No, did you?
Buzz Sprout.
I choose Bellsprout.
Oh my God.
Buzz
No,
Sprout.
you guys can follow us on Buzzsprout. Like I said, we'll put it all in the description. So whichever one you want to click on, hopefully all of them, you can click on and check us out. If you want to just listen to us talk while you drive into work, if you live in LA or New York and you are sitting in traffic,
Only those two cities.
people to listen to.
Only those two.
Only those. Only those.
And Chicago, if you're feeling windy.
Ooh.
Lame, I know, but yeah, that's where they can find us.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. Be safe. Take care. My name is Rafa.
My name is Marcus.
My name is Dale, aka Cummingsworth.
Oh God.
And
This
we
is-
will talk to you all
Okay.
later. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Toodaloo.